Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, all my beautiful friends from all across the vast reaches of the internet. I hope each and every single one of you is doing absolutely fantastic on this fine Tuesday morning, or whenever you happen to be listening to this podcast episode, whether that be morning, evening, or into the night. Welcome back to the Red Asks Us podcast, the podcast where we read and react to comments from r/ask Reddit. I am your host, Luke Dick. Now, I'm so happy to be here again with y'all for another weekly episode. If you're listening to the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever else you get your podcasts, please leave us a rating. Also, leave us a review. It helps out the show so much. Remember, you can actually leave a comment on this week's episode that I will read out loud on the next week's episode by going to the description in Spotify. And if you scroll down, there should be a little comment section ability for you to comment. You can just leave a comment, answer the question, whatever. Use your free will, okay? I'm not restricting you here. Express yourself and really give us a full experience of what you experience. You know, we want to live inside your mind. We want to inhabit the very consciousness that you possess, okay? That might seem a little heavy because it is. Might seem a little convoluted because it absolutely is convoluted. You can just leave a comment. And we do a Would You Rather every single week, so I'll read off the results of last week's Would You Rather, and then before we get into the new episode, we will talk about the new one. I was told on my comment section that apparently this last week's Would You Rather didn't get posted. It looks like it's posted from my end, so I don't really know why it didn't get posted, so hopefully it does this week. Yeah, we don't really have votes for this past week because I feel like last week's was so good. Like maybe I'll have to come back and revisit it. I'll have to write this one down because it was a good one. It was, would you rather fly with the world's worst pilot or be treated by the world's worst dentist? Like, that's pretty good because I care a lot about my teeth, but holy crap, planes, you know, even I get nervous from turbulence. You know what I'm saying? Like a little bit of up and down on turbulence. Like I don't even like roller coasters. You know what I mean? Like this would, either way, I'm going to be absolutely majorly screwed. Okay? And I've seen people with super messed up teeth, and to think that there would be no coming back from that because a literal dentist did that to you. Like it's you just have to go and get veneers right away. I mean, you just have to. Like, or what happens if you got veneers? You got the world's worst dentist to give you veneers. You're cooked. You're fucked. Like, you got buck teeth. You know, you're looking like Bugs freaking Bunny out here. Like, I don't know if you could reverse that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know if that, or they give you like a huge gap in your teeth, like just a massive gap. Like we're talking Moses parting the Red Sea level type of gap. We're talking here. enough for 40 Israelites to walk through. Oh man. A little Christian humor there for you guys. A little Old Testament humor. I am not religious, guys, so I just know that because I'm an absolute freaking nerd, okay? Not that I feel like most people know that though. That's pretty basic, like Old Testament knowledge. Let's see what we got here. Let's read off the comments, okay, from last week. So last week's episode was, oops, I forgot to click on it. What's a major turnoff that you can't tell your partner? So we had some comments from this episode. DM says, I'll share a funny anecdote from my mom and stepdad on their first date. She took him to a historical lighthouse. Damn, so it was her instigating the date. That's pretty cool. That's definitely somebody who's, yeah, like wants to really show their interest in somebody else for sure, to take them to like a historical place. Like it's not just coffee or anything like that. It's like, you got some initiative right there. This is, we got a quarterback in the house. White 80! Hey, can! 57's a mic! 57's a mic! She's taking control, okay? She's leading the pack, all right? She's a front runner here, all right? She's team captain. What's going on with all the sports references here? He loves history, but apparently he was so bored by that, or just wanted to get to know her and not get to know the lighthouse. I feel like that's kind of fair, because I feel like going to the like I've actually heard this before, that doing something on like your first date is actually not the best thing, because on your first and like few dates, you need to balance it between actually getting to know the person and just doing something, because you're not learning about the person or getting to know them or even knowing if you guys click by doing something. That's why like going on a movie or going for a show or something is like the worst thing to do on a first date. You actually should just go get coffee or go for a picnic or get drinks or something pretty basic, because you need to see if you vibe. Like otherwise you're just going to see a movie with just like a patron you kind of know. Like they're just like you're going to see a movie with someone who's like less than an acquaintance to you. Like you literally do not know them. You're going to get out of the movie and be like what if you just have totally completely different views on the movie? Like what if your date just starts going off about some just crazy rant, about this movie and just like absolute like conspiracy theorist level type shit, and you're like, "Oh, wow, I'm glad I just spent my whole evening watching this movie with somebody that I am never going to see again." So that's actually fair. That the historical lighthouse might be like a third date, fourth date type of activity, I think. Next one comes from KH, the Reddit guy. What's going on, KH? My turnoff is when people that say don't worry about him/her. Well, I am, because when you say I'm going out with so-and-so, babe, don't worry about it, I am probably going to go and have sex with them. Holy Luke rant. That is a Luke rant for real. That's a weird one. I feel like if someone's going out of their way to say don't worry about this, like I wasn't worried until you just like told me not to be. Now I'm a little bit paranoid. Like I never thought twice about this person until you just said, "Oh yeah, by the way, this isn't someone to be worried about." So like, okay, well, that's like going to the airport security and telling the airport security people like, "Oh, by the way, there's not a bomb in my bag." It's like, okay, well now you're gonna get double checked. I wasn't worried about a bomb in your bag until you just told me there wasn't a bomb in your bag. So now I'm a little bit paranoid that there's a bomb in your bag. I find those t-shirts so funny. There's this t-shirt store online called Luca International, and it's so funny. The t-shirts are so crazy. Like there's literally a t-shirt that says I don't have a bomb. Just written in huge font. It'll have like just shit posting meme kind of t-shirts. Like it'll just be like I heart Texas, and it's just a Utah. I don't know why that's so funny to me. Maybe it's just like subversion of expectations, but it's hilarious how you'd probably walk past people who wouldn't know the difference between Texas and Utah. Like there are genuinely probably a lot of Americans who would look at that shirt and be like, "Oh, I love Texas." And be like, "Well, that's great. This is not Texas that's on my shirt. This is literally Utah." But they have got some crazy shirts. So LUCCA, I'm doing free promotion for them. International, if you're looking to get some interesting shirts. Or it'll be like there's like this shirt of Bert and Ernie. I don't know if you guys know who Bert and Ernie are. They're like puppet cartoons from back, well, they weren't cartoons, but a puppet show like the Muppets from back in the day. It'll be like Bert and Ernie on a t-shirt, and it'll just say "Tax the Poor." Like what the fuck? I don't know. Just it's just so random. It literally makes no sense. The last one here comes from Phil Savannah. What's going on, Phil? She wasn't technically my partner, but we were having fun together. Always a good time. Nothing is more of a turnoff than seeing the person you're with doing a pterodactyl without knowing about it, especially when you're not invited. On a serious note, being perpetually late. It's a sign of respect to be on time. It's the bare minimum. And for the would you rather, dentist cause pain, pilot causes death. Yeah, it's true, but you might be looking pretty freaking weird. Like world's worst pilot, there's not guarantee that you're going to die. But with the dentist, I don't know if there's like a happy middle ground there. I bet, even with the worst pilot, like, you could survive, but you could also be maybe like burned and charred to death. So you might be coming out of that motherfucking looking like Anakin Skywalker. You know what I'm saying? Also, there was nowhere to vote. Oh, yeah, so for the Would You Rather. Yeah, sorry about that. Also, if people don't know what a pterodactyl is, that's an old joke from this podcast that Phil made a long time ago, probably like years ago. It's a sex act that is very vulgar. Let's just put it at that. It's extreme, all right? I'm not saying it's wrong. There's nothing wrong. I'm not trying to shame anyone for doing anything, okay? Well, in this case, shaming for cheating, yeah. But do whatever you want. No judgment here. But it's intense. It's intense. I don't know if I'd even want to participate in something like that. Might be a little out of my wheelhouse, but all the power to people who want to do some stuff like that. Unless you're cheating, then if you're cheating, then you're like repressed. Like you should have not had a partner in the first place. Like if you're going out and doing a pterodactyl and you're cheating on your partner, it's like why did you even think you should be in a relationship? Like this just isn't for you. Like I think you should rethink your relationship styles. Like I just don't think monogamy is in the cards for you, which is fine. So for the Would You Rather, hopefully it works this week. This week's Would You Rather. Thank you everybody for commenting. By the way, oh no, sorry, I missed one comment from the subreddit. Our subreddit r/Reddit asks us, where you can also go in and leave a comment there. I forgot to add this in my Spotify post when you were talking about the gym. Who the F was under the table? I don't think I didn't hear that moan. Also, I don't know if you're referring to you just hearing a noise when I was talking about the gym or something, but nobody was under the table. I record these alone. I couldn't unless I'm like recording with like a friend, like and actually doing the show together. I could never do the show with like somebody in the room. I feel like that would just be super weird. Because I'm just talking I'm talking to you guys, but it's cool talking to you guys. But again, I'm also just kind of speaking into a void here, which is, already weird enough when no one's watching you. If someone's observing me, I feel like that is strange. But nobody was under the table, so I can guarantee you that. Definitely not. Okay. Would you rather this week? Would you rather be able to go 10 minutes into the future or 10 minutes into the past? So, 10 minutes into the past, it's only 10 minutes, but, you can maybe correct something, redo a moment, or if you feel like something's going, if you got that spider sense that's tingling, and you want to see how something's going 10 minutes into the future, maybe plan your actions around it. It'd be hard to figure out how to use that, but I feel like you'd get good at it once you kind of notice the cues for when you should go. And, maybe avoid some crazy stuff happening, So yeah, 10 minutes into the future or 10 minutes into the past. All right, let's get into this week's episode. So, as you can see from the episode's title, what is the fastest way you realized you were in the wrong friend group? Now, I feel like I've been a bit of a chameleon, when it comes to friend groups. I've kind of or a bit like a water in different glasses. I've kind of fit the different people that I'm surrounded with. I've always had different kinds of friend groups. I was always involved in all sorts of different things. Like, I was just a very involved person in my personal life when I was in like high school, and less so in university, but even still in university, proud supporter of the Taylor Swift Society at Dalhousie University. So if that is still up and running, shout out to all of the Swifties out there. Participated in a few events there for some friends and enjoyed it. I don't mind Taylor Swift, okay? I'm not a hater. I'm not a Taylor Swift hater. Is she like someone who I'm going to go to and listen to? Probably not, but if somebody else likes her, I'm like, makes sense. She's a good singer. Songs are catchy. Like, I don't see the hate, She's married or going to get married to Travis Kelce. He's a great football player. I like him. He seems like a cool dude, so don't see the hate. I think the hate's kind of manufactured. And if you're surprised by the NFL, posting her a few times a game when there's a Chiefs game, you obviously don't understand the NFL. The NFL is a business, okay? It is fundamentally just like sucking money out of every possible like faucet it can find. You know what I'm saying? Like it is just turning on every bathroom sink for money. You know what I mean? It's building bathroom sinks just so it can turn them on forever. Like, this is the way that the NFL works. Okay, she's shown 3 times a game, and they mention her. Who cares, okay? Get over it. They show celebrities at all sorts of games all the time. Doesn't matter. Get over it. They're clearly just trying to rake in money. And if you didn't think the NFL was about raking in massive loads of cash, well, then I'm unfortunate. I'm very it's unfortunate to tell you, but you might actually live your life with your head in the ground. Like, you might just go home at night and every night you get, your friend to just bury your head in the sand. That's kind of what I'm imagining for you. And then you just wake up just to go watch a football game. And then you're like, why the freaking channel is right down my... Get over it, bro. First one comes from Darth Sky Vader. It's pretty sick. They started having a conversation in front of me about how excited they all were for the upcoming beach trip. I hadn't been invited. Bro, what an absolute dick move. An upcoming beach trip and everyone's just talking about it in front of your face? Like as if you're not going to know. I don't understand why, what their thought process is. Isn't this just something that can wait? Why do they have to... It's like, oh, you guys are going on a beach trip. It's like, yeah, it's actually all of us in the room, except for one person. Yeah, someone's not going, but I just can't remember who's not going, but all of us are going. But someone in this room who I don't remember is not going. It's like, I think I remember, because I'm not going. So, maybe I can jog your memory a little bit, because I understand life's busy, but, I got you on this one, it's actually me, because you guys are just shitty friends. That is an insane dick move. I feel like at that point I would just get up and leave. At that point I would just what's the point of even sticking around anymore? It's like, oh, okay, I guess I've just realized that everybody else in here is an absolute asshole. You don't have a single friend in there that's sticking up for you. That's bad. This is grounds to just completely reconstruct your social life here. That is terrible. Reply from Thin Privileged. I was 21 and they were 18, all freshmen in college. They gave me money, a list of booze, and I bought it for them. One of the guys piped up when he realized I wasn't invited to the party, and it split up that group forever. The guy is still my best friend 15 years later. Really? One person's invite is splitting up the friend. It means that much to you? 21-year-old and 18-year-old is not that much of a difference, okay? When I was 21, let me think. Yeah, when I was 21, I had friends who were 18. Tons of friends who were 18. That's a 3-year age difference. I think, how old am I now? I'm turning 25, and I think Sam is turning 22. So I think that's the same, or 23. I can't remember. 22 or 23. I have lots of friends that are 3 years younger than me. That's the straw that broke the camel's back. The 3-year 21 to 18 age gap. It's yeah, I just don't think you're going to understand our humor. I just don't think you're going to get our references. We just grew up in such different times. Really? We grew up in different times. We make all of the same references, okay? I get every joke you've ever said to me. We grew up watching the same shit, okay? Well, I don't know. You were early Disney Channel. I was late Disney Channel kind of person. You were more, I don't know, just... I was more new age SpongeBob, and you were the old kind of SpongeBob, and I'm I feel like I watched it all. There were there's a good seasons of that show, and it's like 11 seasons. Okay, it spans more than a decade of good TV. Most of these TV shows lasted for like 5-6 years. All right, and then they were like all on reruns too. If you watched, it's like, well, you were more of a Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. I was more Sweet Life on Deck. Let's just put it that way. I watched them both. Okay, they're both like the same show. It has like all of the same characters, you know? Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just a generational thing, and I just don't think you're gonna understand our opinions about things like, you know, just the struggles of the younger generation, and we don't want to make you mad. It's like, I'm not a freaking boomer here. What do you think, I own property? Like, do you think I have like a 401k? You think I have like a bunch tucked away in investments? Oh yeah, we just wouldn't relate, you know. I have an island in the Caymans. Yeah, I offshore my money. What? Like, bruh, I probably know how to make a grilled cheese just as well as you do. Okay, this is what we're relating to here. This is the level of commonality we have here. Like, our parents are the same age. Like, they just had kids at different times. So I don't really see this whole generational age gap. Shout out to that guy for being like friends, for, you know, sticking with you. All right, let's go to the next one here. Next one comes from Key Benefit 7465. They wanted to do a prank where they threw rocks over the highway overpass. What? A prank? So your pranking is just damaging people's property? Your prank is just doing something illegal? That's not a prank, okay? A prank is not illegal. All right? If you want to see a prank, go like watch like Just for Laughs. Or like a prank is like, there's these dudes on Instagram who will interview people, but as they're interviewing them, their pants will fall down. That's a prank. Okay? That's pranking people. Like, you're making yourself the butt of the joke. Okay? Destroying people's windshields, not a prank, okay? Getting people to have to take out the deductible on their insurance, not a prank. That's like that is illegal. You're just throwing rocks at people. It's like, yeah, man, like, me and my friends, like, we're funny guys, you know, we just like to do funny stuff, like, you know, pretend to, like, you know, pull out a gun on a cop, you know, just like, you know, just get the adrenaline pumping, you know, take this, you fucking pig, like, you know, type shit like that, you know, like, you know, sometimes the guns are loaded, you know, and sometimes we're just like, but we, like, we'll never hit them, though. We won't hit the cops, like, we just want to, like, scare them a bit, you know, just like, fuck the police, It's like, we're not trying to hit you, you freaking losers. Obviously, we're not trying to freaking hit you. Like, we're not real criminals. It's just a prank, dude. Take a, like, just relax. It's like, yeah, we do this, like, prank where we all just, like, get super drunk and just, like, drive, and then it's, like, kind of it, you know? It's like, wait, what? Like, so just committing a felony, crime, a DUI, like, is that a felony? Are DUIs felonies? I have no idea. Yeah, it's a criminal offense, right? Are DUIs felonies? Let's look at that. It can be an indictable offense, punishable up to 10 years. It's considered a hybrid offense, I see, if aggravating factors are present. So it can be a felony. The way that these people are, you know, trying to be friends, I don't think I don't think they're trying to, you know, they're not making a great case for it not being a felony. You know, this isn't just like, you know, oops, sorry guys, that was my timer for my laundry. I will be right back. So my laundry, just had to change my laundry. But yeah, dude, like, like going up to random people on the street and just like physically assaulting them, not a prank. It's like that guy, who is the dude just recently who got arrested in South Korea for like defaming their national memorials. Like, I don't understand what you think the consequences are gonna be here. No, it's chill, dude. I'm like a TikToker. Like, I'm like a prankster. Like, I'm just like a jokester. Like, I'm just like jester maxing right now. I'm just jokester maxing. Like, seriously, like, did you not see me on TikTok? I have 1.4 million followers on TikTok. So you can put the handcuffs away. It's like, I don't really think that's how that works. I think you're going to jail for like a long time. Like, let's actually look this up. I'm genuinely curious. Like, TikToker arrested. It's the first thing that comes up when I type in TikToker. Several TikTokers. Yeah, but who's the guy? It's the Korea dude, right? Korea? Or is YouTube? Johnny Somali is jailed for 6 months for kiss. What does it say? What is he? Johnny Somali sentenced to 6 months in South Korean prison for public nuisance and including obscene acts at a wartime memorial and obstructing business. Separately, in 2025, a popular Korean TikToker was convicted of sex. Okay, well, that's not who I'm looking at. Was it for streaming obscene acts at a statue commemorating World War II, playing loud music on public transit and harassing staff at a game? This guy's just a menace. You can't go to other countries and do some shit like this. This is not funny. Like, you know what's funny? Oh my god, this kills me, dude. This is funny. There's this guy on Instagram, and he'll go up to famous basketball players, and he'll like address them, like call them the wrong name, and it's so funny. Like, he'll go up to like he went up to this was hilarious. I don't know if you guys know much about famous NBA players, but there's two guys who used to play for the Raptors. And were really great NBA players. One of them's names was Tracy McGrady, and the other guy's name is Vince Carter. It's really sad if you guys don't know who those people are. Unbelievable NBA basketball players and athletic freaks. So he was at this event, and the first guy he sees there to go up to is Tracy McGrady. And he goes up to Tracy McGrady, and he goes, "Yo, Vince Carter, like, it's so good to see you, bro." And Tracy's just like, "Bro, nah, that's not me, bro. Like, that ain't me." And he's like, oh, I thought you was Vince Carter, man. You look like a lot like Vince Carter. But he'll glaze the hell out of them. He'll be like, "Oh, dude, I used to watch you growing up, Vince Carter." And there are these people just not having it, right? It's so funny. Like, I don't know. I don't know why I find that hilarious. But then he literally apologized, and he'll apologize, be like, "Oh yeah, sorry. Oh, you know, Vince Carter. Oh, my bad. And then the next guy he saw was Vince Carter, and he went up to Vince Carter and was like, "Yo, Tracy McGrady." I don't know why I find that so funny, but it's harmless, right? Like, what's the harm in that? And like, these people are celebrities. Yeah, it doesn't matter. People come up to them all the time. You know, they're famous. Do I feel bad for them a little bit that people come up to them all the time and annoy them a bit? Yeah, it's a bit of a nuisance. But like, if somebody came up to me and told me said the wrong name to me, or like they like misrecognized, like, let's just say if I was famous or something, who cares? Or do I have such a big an ego that I'm gonna be like, "Yo, what the hell, man? What the frick, bro? You think I'm Vince Carter? Bro, I'm Tracy McGrady, dog. Like you actually trying to scrap right now or what? Like, come on, bro. Like, nobody cares. Like, I bet you, like, I had to explain who Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady are on this podcast because people probably don't know who those people are. And that's like fine. Most people don't know who like most people are on the planet. Okay? I don't know some rando in like freaking Guatemala. All right? Why would I know that person? You know, celebrities sometimes just assume that people know them. And I feel like that's an ego thing, right? It's just assume people don't know who you are. You know, some people might, a lot of people might, but it doesn't mean everybody does. But it's a harmless prank, right? Like, who's the victim there? Like, oh, you got misnamed. Like, I don't know. I just find those that's a prank. Okay, that's a chuckle. That's chuckle maxing right there. Okay, that'll give me a good chuckle. Reply from Luke's father. Whoa, there was like a Darth Sky Vader and a Luke's father in this one. That's crazy. Or maybe it is just my dad. My dad does not know how to use Reddit at all, though, so I would be very surprised if I found out my dad was on Reddit. Yes, one of the guys I shared an apartment with in college invited me to hang out with him and his buddy. We lived above a restaurant downtown. Turns out their plan was to just throw Taco Bell sauce packets at cars from the roof. He became a cop shortly after the bro. And edit. I just remember the time our apartment got broken into and every inch of it was trashed. He was adamant that we couldn't report it to the cops and then confessed it was retaliation because he had snuck into someone's party and set off several works bombs. What are works bombs? I don't know what that is. I'm guessing they're like firecrackers, or what are they called? Isn't that what they're called? Firecrackers? Like, not fireworks, but like what are those things? I think firecrackers, right? Like that's what they're called. Firecrackers. Firecracker. I don't know. I used to know people who used to fire these little things off. You know, these little tiny ones. Atomic bombs or atomic booms or some shit like that. They're like these mini... They look like little things of TNT. They're kind of cool, actually. The only other ones I know are Roman candles, because I feel like I heard people talk about those a lot when I was a kid. But come on, bro. You set off fireworks at someone's house, and yeah, bro. You can't call the police if somebody breaks in and fucks with your shit. Like, you're not allowed to call the police after you just set off a bunch of fireworks inside someone's home. Like, come on, dog. That's like top tier level disrespect. That's like to me, that's not funny because it just ruins a vibe. How is that funny to you? Like, how can you even find that entertaining? Everyone's going home now. You just ended the party. Like, you just absolutely nuked the vibe, no pun intended. But you literally you bombed the vibe, pun intended. You literally just bombed the vibe. Everyone is just like now freaked out. And just like, no one likes just like loud fucking noises like that. It's just not like, congratulations, you can't have fun anymore. Like, I feel like, what's your end goal here? It's like, yeah, set off these fireworks, let's party. It's like, everyone went home because you did that. Like, I don't know what you thought that was gonna, like, you think people were just gonna be hype after just being terrified and incredibly annoyed? Like, I don't think that's gonna be that's gonna be like a vibe, you know, that's not very like conducive to the vibe, you know what I'm saying? That's like a vibe strengthener. That's an immediate vibe killer. Like, you just scared away everyone from this party. So it's like, yeah, finally we can party with just me and you, man. Just like the real people. Yeah, we can get down to business, dog. Me and you, we're just bonding, bro. We're bonding. We're having our time together. We never hang out, man. We never hang out anymore. It's just everyone. The party was loud anyway, man. This party was whack anyway, dude. Didn't even want all those people there, man. It's like, I did. I invited them. This is my party. There's a reason why we don't hang out anymore. It's the reason why I stopped inviting you to shit. Okay? Because you set off fucking fireworks inside my house. Next one comes from Spiral C. I was hiking with 5 friends, and all of them wanted to jump a fence into a protected snake breeding area to find snakes. I was the only one who refused. Well, okay, I'm going to let you know right now. They probably found some snakes, okay? It's a snake breeding area. Okay, where's the challenge in that, okay? Like, why not to go to a place where it's like, oh, we have to actually look for snakes. Like, it's hard to find them. Like they're here, but like let's actually look for snakes. Bro, that's like going to a ball pit and looking for balls. Like, bro, the balls are everywhere, okay? They're all over the place. Pause, okay? Don't get me on that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like going to a forest and looking for trees. It's like, yo, these trees are everywhere, man. It's like, who knew we could find so many trees in the forest? Bro, it's literally a snake sanctuary. That is the definition of the place. There's probably snakes all over the fucking place. Like, why are you trying to, like, this is not, where's the challenge, okay? But again, man, snake breeding area also, again, just doesn't sound like a very safe activity to do. Guys, I got a great idea for us to have some fun and let loose a little bit. You know, we're a little uptight. I noticed you guys were a little uptight and, you know, just a little stiff today. And I just wanted everyone to come out of their shell and, you know, maybe just experience some fun. So we're going to jump into a snake enclosure with a ton of deadly snakes. Vipers, pythons, you know, even all the way down to rattlesnakes, poisonous snakes, and we're just gonna live a little, okay? We're just gonna get on the edge, you know? Life does not mean anything if you don't just test your mortality every once in a while. Am I still alive? Am I? Who knows? Maybe we'll find out after we go to the snake enclosure. Maybe you might not leave alive, and that's the fun of it. Okay, it's not like it's not one of those nights where you're going out and you're just like, oh, you know, where's this night gonna take me? No, it's life or death. Okay, this isn't fun or no fun. This is life or death. It's one or the other, and we're gonna find out what you're made of tonight. Tonight, guys, we might meet our makers. Okay, we might cross the boundary to the other side, if there is one. Guess we'll have to find out. It's like, I don't know about you, but I don't know. I don't think risking sudden death is like a really painful one too. That's like an extremely painful way to die, is slowly getting poisoned by a snake. Like it honestly sounds like possibly one of the worst ways to die. It's like, dude, what's the worst that could happen? You could only just experience pins penetrating every nerve cell in your entire body and you burning from the inside out while you basically puff up and explode and your eyeballs and insides liquefy. Literally couldn't even be like there's worse things, dude. There are worse things that could happen. It's like, is there really worse things that could happen? I feel like that and being drawn and quartered are probably pretty high on the list of worse things that could happen. If anybody doesn't know what being drawn and quartered is, it's a medieval execution technique where they tie ropes to each of your limbs and then to a horse, and then they tell the horses to run and they rip the limbs off of your body. So, pretty horrible way to die. I think death by venomous snake is probably somewhere up there too. How painful is death by venom snake? Let's see. Usually very painful. Oh, wow. Who would have thought? Let's see what AI says. Death by snake venom is generally described as an excruciatingly painful process. Who would have thought? Though the specific sensation varies drastically depending on the type of venom injected, experts and survivors categorize their experience as two primary paths towards death: hemotoxic and cytotoxic death. Highly traumatic, it puts in brackets for me. Thank you very much. Hemotoxic and cytotoxic death. Highly traumatic for you, just in case you wanted to know. Who would have guessed? This is associated with vipers like rattlesnakes and Russell vipers. We have rattlesnakes here in Western Canada. I was actually told a lot of times when I was out, you know, hiking with my parents and grandparents in different areas of Saskatchewan to actually be, you can hear them. You can hear them. They definitely do rattle. You gotta look at the ground. You know, I've seen rattlesnakes. They're pretty freaking terrifying to come close to them. Yes, it acts as a digestive agent, liquefying tissue and destroying blood vessels. I kind of guessed on the whole liquefying your insides thing, but no, that is actually right. An immediate intense burning or searing pain at the bite site, often compared to a bee sting times 100, or a crushing weight. Massive swelling, bruising, yeah. Holy crap. And then there's neurotoxic death, which is progressive paralysis. This is like cobras, mambas, and kraits. Never even heard of that. Targets the nervous system. The bite itself may be relatively painless or feel like a slight prick. Systemic symptoms like dizziness, nausea, metallic or rubbery taste in the mouth appear quickly. Paralysis then spreads, starting with drooping eyelids and difficulty swallowing. Death occurs via suffocation because the muscles used for breathing become paralyzed. Wow, that sounds awful. While less physically traumatic than hemotoxic death, the victim remains conscious and fully aware of their inability to breathe. Yeah, that sounds pretty fucking terrifying, okay? The snake pit, I'm sorry, boys, but I will not be accompanying you to the snake pit hangout, okay? Didn't really think I had to spell that one out, but I will not be present at the snake pit. Sorry, boys, you're going to have to skip out on the snake pit sesh tonight. Okay, let's maybe read off like one more. Damn, okay. Let's see. Holy shit. Sneaky Fuck says, when they pulled out a tightly wrapped baggie with a bunch of syringes in it, turns out heroin is not my scene. Bro. Where were you? What were you doing? I have never been anywhere where that has just like happened. Like, yeah, man, just come to the party. It's gonna be chill, bro. A couple beers, play some Pong. Maybe smoke a little weed. Maybe light up a little bit of ganja. And heroin. Yeah, we're all gonna be shooting up black tar heroin. So yeah, come around. Barbecue, beers, barbecue. Maybe a little bit of what is that game called? A little bit of cornhole, and just a small dose of fentanyl. And we're all gonna be leaning tonight. We're all gonna be leaning the fuck out on fentanyl. So come along, dude. It's chill time. Everybody here is really chill, except if you fuck with their fentanyl, then they get really pissed. Okay, so just don't steal anyone's fentanyl on accident. But yeah, it's a good time. Like, where were you? Why were you? How did you end up in this situation? Like, that would be just so strange if it was just like a regular barbecue. Like, it was just like a regular vibe, and then just like someone just pulls out heroin. Like, all right, everybody, burgers are ready. Heroin's over here. We got burgers, we got hot dogs, we got mustard, ketchup, relish, black tar heroin, fentanyl, opiates, pill form, Quaaludes. Those are old. And we've got pints of lean in case anybody wants some lean. We got Molly here. We got some Coke. Yeah, just take your pick. And I splurged. And these are actually cheddar-filled hot dogs. So, yeah, I know. So, but yeah, come on to the cookout. Come on down to the cookout. Like, what the fuck? All right, folks, we're going to wrap it up there for this episode of the podcast. Thank you all for tuning in, so much for tuning in to another episode of the Reddit Asks Us podcast, the podcast where we read and react to comments from r/AskReddit. I'm your host, Luke Dick. Remember to leave a comment on this week's episode. Remember to answer the Would You Rather. And leave us a rating and also leave us a review. I'll see y'all next week. Peace out. Love you. Goodbye.